Wait, and
You kind of crushed my
yeah, it was.
Dinky crunch.
Drink. Cheers.
No. Cheers. Cheers.
Boop. Here, boop it. Boop it. Thank you.
Now blow. No, blow. You gotta blow. No, blow. Okay, blow. No. Okay, blow. I don't think he's getting it.
Yeah, I don't think he understands.
Blow. No. Try again. Okay, maybe this time. Now blow.
The balls are numbered from 1
Blow.
to 5, and there are 10 of each
You got blow.
number.
No, that's not blowing.
Number is drawn.
Here, watch mommy. Watch mommy.
Okay, and blow. He's not again. This is not.
Hello, everybody, I'm Wild Wolf 62, and man, I've not said that in a while. Gosh. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. That's where we're at right now, if you remember me still. I don't know if you do. It's been a while. I'm a bit tired, so if I lose focus or I start talking about random stuff and this video is not really structured well, I apologize. But I've got a lot of stuff to talk about and a lot on my mind, so where do I start? So, it is now 2020. I mean, it's been 2020 for a month now, almost 2, but I didn't even intend on taking a break from making videos. It just kind of happened that way. And Lucky Clovers is coming soon, I think. I have the feeling that it's going to be, and I really wanted to come back before then. And I just really wanted to make a video again and come back to making videos because that's the thing that makes me the happiest. And I've just not felt like myself when I'm not making a video. I feel like I've been pressuring just myself too much and thinking I have to make videos all the time and this and that, and I got myself in the mindset that I had to do it because it was the only thing that's made me feel productive, I guess. Apparently I'm one of those people. I didn't know this until I guess that's why it's good to take a break sometimes and take a step back. It's because you learn more about yourself. I didn't know I was one of those people that needed to feel like I was doing something. And was like, okay, I had to do this, and go. It's because it made me feel like I was doing something important, or I was being productive. I like to be productive. Yeah, that's what happened. I got a little bit burnt out on YouTube. I think that's what happened around the end of the year. Last year I got burnt out, and then also so much stuff started happening in 2020. And then, I don't know where all the time went, but 2 months have almost gone by, and I've not made a video. It sucked, because I constantly was like, oh, I want to make a video. And then I would, go to do it, but then I would be like, you know what, I feel like laying down and watching videos, because this is just a lot of work. So I would go and I would lay down, and then I would get lazy, and then I would fall asleep, and then I went through a pattern for a while of just sleeping all day and waking up at nighttime, and I felt like I was nocturnal for a little bit. It's because so many things have happened already in 2020 that have not been the best. They've been actually an emotional roller coaster. So yeah, one of the best years of my life last year. 2020 so far, been kind of awful. Which is stupid because 2020 is supposed to be the good year, okay? Everybody knows this. It's an even number. It's cool sounding. You're like, yeah, we're in the year 2020. But nope. For me, it was 2019. 2019 was the good year. 2020 so far has been a little bad. I'm not going to speak on the whole year being bad, but so far, the beginning of the year not been the best. There's exciting things happening, but they're also sad. And then there's some really sad stuff that's happened that I have to tell you guys about that I don't want to tell you guys about. Just a lot. There's just a lot of other stuff, especially involving my channel too, like with COPPA and copyright stuff. And I think that's another reason I was really pushed off from posting videos, was because I was scared for my channel with the whole COPPA thing. I didn't really know how to go about that. And I think I finally decided on something to do about that. But it's difficult, man. It's still a difficult thing. And then the copyright thing, I got my first copyright strike, and a video of mine was taken down, so that was great. And then I decided to delete a couple other videos that I was scared that would cause an issue for me, so I took them down. But I still have them saved on my hard drive, so I wasn't really that, it wasn't that big a deal because I still have them. But taking them off my channel felt weird, having to hit the delete button on a video that was so old. Like, it was a live stream that I did forever ago. It was Cookie's birthday live stream, which I hated doing. But it had a lot of songs in it, and it was blocked, I think worldwide, but I'm not sure. And I was told that could escalate into a copyright strike or something like that, so I took it down. And there were other ones that I took down too, but I can't remember what they were at this moment. I think they were probably an Animal Jam music video or something, I don't know. But the one that was taken down that I got my first copyright strike on was an Animal Jam music video. It was Whatever It Takes. I don't know if any of you guys watched that one before it was taken down. Made me sad. Made me extremely sad because I loved that video. That was one of my favorite Animal Jam music videos. I went back and watched it on my own sometimes and was just like, oh, I love it. And everybody else who watched it loved it too, and it was so disheartening to know that something I loved and you guys loved was just taken down out of nowhere. I don't even know if that's the hard thing. I don't know if it was blocked worldwide and then taken down, or if it escalated all the way from just saying it had a copyright claim to being taken down, because if that's the case, my whole channel is in danger of getting copyright strikes all left and right, because I have so many copyright claims on my channel, and there's a lot of videos that are kind of blocked, but I think I got rid of most of the ones that are blocked worldwide and stuff like that. The first Music Mayhem got taken down again recently. Not taken down, but like blocked worldwide, so I deleted it. And it's just been a lot of disheartening stuff for my channel with COPPA and then all this copyright strikes and all that, and that really pushed me away from my channel for like I think that was when I just stopped making videos in January, because I was just I didn't know what to do, and I was just, discouraged about it all, and so that happened, and I still don't really know what to do about that, because, if it can escalate from claim to block to copyright strike, then I'm in danger 24/7 with Music Mayhem and Dimensions and all that. And then I'm like, do I keep making Dimensions? Or do I risk my entire channel and like all that? Or do I get rid of Dimensions? Like, what do I do? And I've still been in the middle of that. I think I'm just going to go ahead and be like, I'm just going to keep doing Dimensions. Maybe Music Mayhem will have to stop, because that one's like full songs, because Dimensions is like remixes, so I'm not that concerned about it, but still it kind of concerns me. But yeah, that's been a big deal this year. The COPPA thing, I think I'll make a whole other video about that, just so it spreads the word more on my channel. But yeah, COPPA, another thing that was happening exactly around the time that the copyright thing was happening, and then I was like, well, forget it then, I'm just gonna take some time, think about what I'm going to do, and then apparently I took too much time, and then a month went by, and then that month, or this month, I think February, I don't know if it probably was around the end of January, beginning of February, that other stuff started happening. But we're not going to talk about all that right now. We're going to talk about 2019 and how great it was, because that's what we do in these videos. Also, if you've not noticed, usually I make these videos with my face in them. And this time I'm not. It's like a gameplay footage or like montage or something in the background. I don't even know what's playing in the background yet. But I just know I'm sitting here talking to a microphone. The reason I'm not showing my face in this one is because I was just too lazy to take a shower and get all ready for the video. And that's literally the only reason. It felt weird to not show my face in the video, because I've been doing that every year. But there were some years that I did not, and it was just rocky. So yeah, this one's a bit different just because I'm talking to the microphone, but it's fine. Y'all can just go off and do your own thing while you listen to this in the background. I don't know. But last year was amazing. So last year, I graduated high school. I turned 19. I hit 500 subscribers. We got a puppy. I mean, I'm talking great year. It was great. It was just the best. I just really wanted to take this moment to appreciate how good last year was, and know that there are good years out there that can happen, and not to focus on the bad parts of a year, because, 2019 did have some bad parts too. I just didn't focus on them like I am with this one. But this one is such a big life-changing thing that it's all I can focus on, so that's why it's so difficult. Last year had some bad stuff too, but I'm not focusing on that, because I'm focusing on the fact that so many great things happened last year. The Jonas Brothers got back together. It's one of the main things. I even made a list of all the good things that happened last year, just because I knew I would forget. So here's some good things that happened last year. One of the good things that happened last year was Kaylee moved in, kind of, for a little bit, not very long. It was very short-lived that she lived here. You know you missed these puns. You know you did. Oh, is that me that missed these puns? I'm sorry. Sorry about that. So yeah, it was a time that she lived here for a little bit. Like, she literally lived here. Like, she was sleeping on the couch, and she has clothes here. She still has clothes here, but she's about to come take them, because she lives somewhere else now. She moved away, and it's been one of those things that's happened in 2020, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, it was a little time in our lives where we were like, I live with my best friend. Yeah, living the best friend dream. And that was a great thing that happened last year. And last year, the second thing on my little list that I wrote down was decided we want to move, which is, it could be good or bad for me. I mean, it's kind of both. Like, I go back and forth from being like really excited to being really, really sad and depressed and scared. So, but we decided and the reason it's a good thing is because for years I've been like my dad, according to my mom, my dad also didn't want to, but apparently, in my mind, it was just me. I thought for my entire life I was the reason we never did. I felt like I was the one holding us back because I was like, I'm going to chain myself to the house. I'm doing it. So, I felt like I was the reason, mostly. And then, I guess my dad didn't want to either. He didn't see the need to. But then, my dad got a new job, and he was far away, and he has to drive like 2 hours to work. So we decided, all of us, for the first time ever, all four of us were like, yeah, we want to move. So we're doing this, and we looked at houses and stuff like we've been looking at houses. So that was something that happened in 2019. We all decided that we wanted to move, finally. That we all decided, not just my mom being like, I want to move. But another good thing that happened last year was I got a Nintendo Switch, which I've always wanted one. And I say always, but I've wanted one since it came out. I remember reading the day that it came out and seeing all the people posting videos of them playing it. And I just really wanted one. And I couldn't believe I got one the last Christmas. I was going to say this Christmas, but it's not this Christmas anymore. I love my Switch. I remember I played it every night when I was going to sleep, and I couldn't sleep because I just kept dreaming about Super Smash Bros. Another good thing that happened in 2019, I got my dream video camera, Onyx. I got Onyx. If you guys don't know, I got a new video camera that is a Canon SL2, and I named it Onyx because it's a cool name, okay. Many Christmases passed, and I wanted to ask for it, but never did because it was so expensive. But yeah, I got my camera, and that was a great thing that happened, I think, in September, I want to say. No, November. It was in November. It was like around the time that Shadow passed away, which I will throw in here. I told you, bad things happen every year. It just depends on if you want to focus on them. So yes, 2019 was a great year, one of the best years of my life. But also, our oldest dog, Shadow, passed away last year. We lost our cat Binks last year as well. So yes, bad things do happen, but I still classify 2019 as one of the best years of my life because so many good things happened that outweighed the bad stuff. And I know some years, so many bad things happen that outweigh the good stuff, but it's really hard to focus on the good stuff, but you just gotta try your hardest to focus on the good stuff and make it a good year. And I think that's what I'm gonna try to do this year the most. I'm leaving it all in His hands, in God's hands, because I literally have no idea what to do anymore. I thought I was getting a grip on everything in 2019, and then 2020 came and just slapped me into the floor. You know that thing I said last time about, you're prepared for the slap? I was prepared for this one, but I still let it get to me. I was prepared, but it hit me so hard, and I just laid on the ground like, yeah, that hurt about as bad as I thought it was gonna. That's about how I felt at the beginning of this year. We got a puppy, which, by the way, when I'm recording this video, it is the 27th. Snoopy's little gotcha day was on the 22nd, so we've had Snoopy for a full year, so maybe I'll make a video sometime soon, an update video about Snoopy Whoop, and how big he is now, and, just stuff about him that we've learned about him over this year, which, man, I can't believe it's been a year already. I cannot believe a whole year went by and we have this weenie that I'm, because I remember when we first got him, I was like, dang, this is going to take some getting used to, because we just lost a dog, and now we've got this dog, and we've got to learn a whole other creature, And now I'm learning his routines and what he does and his behaviors and his facial expressions, which, my goodness, this dog's face is so expressive. Buddy sasses with his voice and tells you his sass. Snoopy, on the other hand, he will give you a stare and you just know what he means by that stare. Like, you know he's upset with you when he looks at you a certain way. He sasses with his eyes and his body language. That's how you know. So yeah, we've learned more about Snoopy. I'll probably make a video about him sometime soon, seeing as his little anniversary did pass. His little gotcha day. So yeah, we got a puppy. The other thing that happened, I turned 19. Which it doesn't sound like a big deal because obviously you have a birthday every year. But, you know, I turned 19, and the thing that made that so amazing when I turned 19 was I graduated high school, like, I think a day or two before that. And that's what made it amazing. And then a couple days after my birthday, I got 500 subs. Or was it a couple days before my birthday? It might have been around the time I graduated, actually. I think it was, like, in an order of, like, graduate high school, 500 subs, birthday. I'm not exactly sure. But they all happened around the same time. So that's what made my 19th birthday so amazing. Not just the fact that I turned 19, which I guess is an important age to turn. I guess it's like 1 year before 20, which I'm going to be this year, which don't even get me started on that. But yeah, that was something that happened last year, as well as graduated high school, and I got 500 subs, which is amazing. It's like halfway to 1,000. So yeah, those are the good things that happened around my birthday. Moving on, Disney Plus happened last year, which everybody knows how amazing that is. I don't know if you guys have Disney Plus or have wanted to get Disney Plus, but you should because it's just amazing. But I will say, it's very overwhelming. This is how I described it when we first got it. It's like on Netflix, I'll be like scrolling. Ooh, yeah, I'll watch that. Disney Plus is like scroll, ooh, and you're just constantly doing that to the point of then sitting there like, what do I watch? There's too much. It's too much options. So yeah, Disney Plus happened, which is amazing all in itself. That alone could have made 2019 great, but it was already great, and it just made it even better, so that's another reason. Another thing that happened last year was I created Echo. I created my new Minecraft. What would I call it? I mean, Minecraft character? Yeah, Minecraft character, Minecraft person. I don't know. I created a Minecraft character. Not just created myself in Minecraft, but created a character, which is what you're supposed to do. Anyway. So yeah, I created a character. If you guys don't know Echo is this little wolfy wolf that I will put pictures on the screen of or just play videos of in the background. This is Echo. Yeah, I created Echo in 2019. I completely forgot about that. So many good things happened that year. Dang! I'm like reliving it all. The next thing that happened that was great was Wildcraft Season 2 hit 30 episodes. Completely forgot about that as well. I didn't even think about the fact that it hit 30 episodes. I was just like, oh, I did a really long episode of one. It was so long. It took forever. That's all I ever think about. I didn't even really think about how it hit 30 episodes, which is how many Wildcraft Season 1 had, but it was over by that time. So, which I guess, I mean, I have taken a pretty long break from Wildcraft Season 2, so people are probably like, it ended. She's never going to finish it. I'm going to do it, okay? I really want to mess with the mods I have on there and go to the moon and all that, so it's not over. It's just on hiatus right now because, you know, a lot of stuff's been happening. But yeah, that was a great thing that happened last year. Another good thing that happened last year was I created Creeps of the Craft. And I'm pretty sure that's the last thing on this list. Yep. Okay, so I created Creeps of the Craft, which is a Halloween little mini-series that I decided to do. And the reason it's on this list because it just sounds like, oh, you created another series. Wow. Shocker. Well, the reason it was such a good thing was because I didn't think I was going to get to do it in time or finish it. And multiple times I thought I'm not going to be able to finish this little mini-series. And it's just a mini-series. How can I not finish a mini-series? How? And I just pulled through and I did it. And when I watch the videos back, I just love all of them. Each episode of Creeps of the Craft, I loved so much. Like editing them and then watching them back, I just loved them. And then the montage after all of that, it was amazing. It just made me laugh so much. And it was me. I was laughing at me, which was weird. But I just really enjoyed them, and I want everybody to watch them, even if it's not Halloween anymore. I really want to do another one this year, but again, like I said, there's a lot going on this year, and I don't know how many videos I'm going to actually be able to do this year, but we'll see. Man, I'm talking fast. I miss talking fast and people not understanding what I'm saying. So yeah, a lot of good stuff happened in 2019. I'm sure there's more that I'm forgetting, but that's the stuff I wrote down. When I thought about all of them, I wrote them down. You can always find tiny little good things that happened every year. Like Disney Plus, a tiny thing that happened last year that was great, but like, I mean, it was good enough for me to write down on this list. So you can always find something to be grateful for every year. It's just really hard when bad stuff happens, like, you know, you lose a pet that you love so much, or a family member or a friend, or something happens to them, and, you know, it hurts, and it's hard to not focus on the hurt that you felt on a certain year. And it's really easy at the beginning of a year when something bad happens to just already classify it as a bad year. This is how I'll classify it as I see potential in 2020. Regardless of the bad things that have happened already in the beginning, regardless of what I fear for the future of 2020 and beyond, I see potential in 2020. That I can create something worth saying, yeah, 2020 was stressful and sad and difficult in the beginning, but in the end, I did kind of create this, and I did do this, and, you know, I'm hopeful. I am hopeful for 2020. In 2018, before 2019 happened, I remember being like, I guess I'm just gonna let God handle everything and leave it all in His hands because I don't know what I'm doing anymore, and I just kind of left everything up to Him, and I didn't really have a hope or fear or sadness. I was just going in, just feeling nothing, basically. And this year, so many bad things have happened that I'm feeling things. I'm feeling, Mother help me, I'm feeling things. So many things have happened already, and I'm already just feeling so depressed, and it's only the beginning of the year, and I don't want my whole 2020 to just be this, so I'm hopeful. I'm just trying my best, which is the most difficult thing to do ever, is in the face of so much stuff that is tearing you down and breaking you as a person and challenging who you are and who you know yourself to be, and challenging who you are, but you're still sitting there being like, I see potential for 2020. I'm hopeful. It's the most difficult thing in the world to do. I don't just have hope for 2020. I have hope that God has a hold of my 2020, and He has plans this year that I don't even know about. He had plans for 2019 that I didn't know about in 2018, so what makes me think He's not going to do it for 2022, even though bad things have happened, and I'm sad about the future, and I'm scared about leaving the past and letting go and moving, which is what all this is about for me. 2020, this is the main thing that's going to be happening this year. We're moving, and it's coming up quick. We've got a lady coming to look at our house today, or not today, on Saturday. And my dad's been, like, painting the walls. He, like, took down all the stuff off the walls in the living room, and it looks so, like, bare, and there's nothing on the walls. And me and Kelly were laying in the floor on the mattress watching TV, and we were like, man, it's happening. Like, it's kind of like every step we take into moving, we're always like, oh, so it's happening. Like, each step makes us get there a little more and makes us feel even more like, oh, so this is happening. Like, my childhood self every once in a while will lean in with the chains in hand. Like, I'm still here. I'll do it, man. I'll do it. You just give me the word. And I'm like, no. I'm scared, yes. I don't think we need to do that, though. I'm just scared. It's just, I don't want to act out of fear. I just want to act out of hope. And that's kind of where I've been at this year. I've been dealing with the moving thing and other stuff that I'm going to now talk about, because I've talked about how good 2019 was and all the good stuff that happened last year. But now let's get into how I feel about 2020 and what's already happened and how hopeful I am for the future, hopefully, still, after all this. So, yeah, starting off the year was already difficult. You guys probably saw in the beginning of this, the little clip that played before this of our New Year's. But New Year's was already a difficult time because Kaylee was stuck at her boyfriend's house, which is like far away from us. I think it's like a 2-hour drive from us. She was stuck over there because his parents didn't want them driving on New Year's. So that was a thing. She didn't get to make it for New Year's, which she has like never missed a New Year's, I think, for at least since 2013, and to now she's never missed a New Year's. But we've not missed a New Year's in a very long time, if that's the case. And yeah, that was our first New Year's without each other for a while, but we did call on the phone, and because otherwise it would just feel wrong to not. And Rosie and Kelsey, neither one of them came. And yeah, it was just me, my mom, my dad, and my brother. For the first time in a long time on a New Year's, it was just all 4 of us. And it was nice to just have all 4 of us, like, you know, oh, a family New Year's. But also, it was so depressing for me to not be with my friends. And I think the reason it was so much more depressing is because I knew we were going to be moving this year, so I knew that was going to be our last New Year's in this house, which is another reason me and Kaylee were super, super sad and cried and all that, because we knew that was our last New Year's in this house, and we didn't spend it together. Like, Kelsey hasn't came over for a while. Like, for my birthdays or New Year's, she's not been over here for a while. But Rosie, at least, always is like, yeah, I'm coming, and gets all excited and all that. But this time she didn't make it, and Kaylee also didn't make it, and it was just kind of like I was already starting off my year being super, super, I guess, depressed, you could call it, and disappointed and sad. So that was a great start to 2020. None of my friends were there, and it was nice to be around my family still and have them, but I just still, like, all the time my brain was just wishing that they were there with me too, because everybody was, you know, with their significant others, and I was over here like, I've got chips. I started out my 2020 feeling depressed and like everything was changing around me and I could not control it. So yeah, that was a nice, lovely setup for the rest of my 2020 so far. Basically, I started my year out already scared because there was already change, and the year was literally just starting, and there was already change. I was spending New Year's with, like, none of my friends. That was, like, the first change, and it was just starting, and that was the tip of the iceberg, people. Then I got my first copyright strike shortly after that. Yep, the whole COPPA thing was already, you know, raging around the end of 2019. People were talking about COPPA and all that. And then in 2020, I was really having to decide what to do about COPPA. And while doing that, I got my first copyright strike. So it was like, you know, New Year's without your friends. Okay, now it's 2020, but guess what? COPPA's a thing. And guess what? Copyright strike. And we're taking down one of your favorite YouTube videos of yours. How great is your 2020 so far? Alright, I've been dreading this the whole video because it's a difficult section to have to talk about. Kaylee's dog, Jimson, has passed away. It still feels weird to talk about. For those of you who don't remember Jimson, I will put in clips. Okay, so I will tell you guys when to skip ahead in the video if you don't want to hear what happened to him. If you don't want to hear the details and all that, then I would tell you where to skip on the screen right here. Skip to this time in the video if you don't want to hear. The first video he was in was the Thanksgiving challenge video that we did. That was literally the day I met him as well. Kaylee had just decided when we were picking her up that she was going to bring him too. He was also in some Christmas vlogs because he stayed here at Christmas. He spent Christmas here, and then that Christmas morning, Kaylee came and got him. I think the most difficult time I've had to tell you guys about a dog or a pet that has passed away was Mimi. This is the second most difficult time. So Kaylee and me didn't get to see each other as much because around this time she had a job and she had just left it. But she had a job, so we hadn't seen her in a while. She also had a boyfriend, so we didn't see her for a while because she had a job and she met her boyfriend at the job, and also they worked together. and her mom worked there too, so they all had a job together, and we didn't see her for a while. That's also around the time that she stopped living with us and started staying at her mom's more because it was closer to her work, and her boyfriend worked there, so it was like a thing. So we finally got to make some time on a weekend to see each other and hang out, and we wanted to like dance and make videos and do all the stuff that we wanted to do at New Year's that we didn't get to do. She had just walked in the door and we were talking for like, I think 10 minutes, maybe 5 at least. And then she said apparently she had to call her mom, and she was all upset that she had to call her mom because she didn't want to. So she called her, and I was listening to the conversation at this time. When I was listening, I was on Toontown, and I was listening. This is a difficult story to talk about in video because I don't want to have to look back on this video and remember all this. And she was talking for a while, and then I heard, "Who got hit?" And I kind of already assumed I knew what that meant, but I was waiting to hear more. And then she kept repeating, "Who was it? Who died? Who's dead? Who?" And then instantly, I think within like the third time she asked who, she burst into tears. I was like, "You're scaring me. Who was it?" and all that. And then she had to literally pull herself away from crying so much just to tell me. And she said, and then I heard the name Jimmy come out of her mouth. And I stopped doing whatever I was doing and slowly just sat there with my hands over my face until finally I started crying. And then Kaylee left to go help bury him, and she said she cried over him for a while. She went and buried him, and she came back, and then we just kind of tried to grieve together as best we could, and like still try to spend time together, but it was very much impossible at that point. So much hurt. I can't explain the amount of hurt in my heart that I felt when she said his name, because for those of you who can't tell just by the story what I said, the who got hit thing, he was hit by a car. And it's still something that me and her are both grieving over. And then the fact that we're grieving over that, and also grieving over the fact that we're, moving, has been so much stress. So yeah, the Jimson thing and also the moving thing has been so much of the reason why I have not posted in a while. It's just been a lot to have to grieve over the loss of my childhood home and the loss of a dog that was my best friend's dog, but I was still so attached to and loved so much. It was one of my favorite dogs I think that she's ever had. I loved him so much. He, my little Jimson. Oh, God, there it is. Here, my Jimson. And I was his aunt. It kills me that I never got to see him really as an adult dog, like as a grown dog. I got to see him a little bit because when we were there in the driveway, he saw me in the window and got all wiggly and excited to see me one time when we were picking up Kaylee one time. And that was the only time I ever saw him as a full-grown dog. He was like, I think a year or two old, I'm not sure. But that was my first time seeing him as a grown dog. And the only time. And I never got to pet him again. It's the thoughts like that creep in my mind that make me sad and cry. Because I only got to see him as a puppy, and then that one time in the driveway. And I never got to hold him as a grown doggy. And that's the kind of stuff that sucks when you think about losing a pet. How you'll never get to do this with them again, never get to pet them and all that. And it's not even my pet. It wasn't even mine, and it hurts. This is what sucks about having a best friend, because their pets feel like your pets, and it sucks. And also, you guys know him too, so it's just the worst situation. That alone, in the beginning of this year, already had my mind set as this year is gonna suck. Like, my mindset was already, in the depression hole, crying every night. Just, I was so convinced that this year's gonna suck. Just, it was like, already after that one thing that happened, I was like, nope, this year sucks. I already hate it. I want it to be over. And then all the stress over us moving has also not helped that. I just knew 2019 would be hard to top, but I didn't know that 2020 would just start tearing away at me the second it started. Like, literally, New Year's Eve, it was just going downhill already. Like, I didn't know it would be that quickly, but man, I'm scared of this year. And on top of all this, I wasn't making videos, which, as we all know, is what makes me the happiest. And I didn't feel like myself because I wasn't making videos. And also, I was just so depressed over Jimson and having to move and knowing that we're going to be moving, and just everything was like, oh, this is the last time I'm going to do this in this house. This is the last this is the last that. Every corner I turned, it's like, this is the last this time, and this is the last that. And then COPPA and copyright, not being able to make videos, it just felt like I was losing myself. I think that's all this year has felt like, is like I'm losing myself. That's what this year has felt like. That's why it's been one of the hardest years so far. And man, it's difficult. It's so difficult to stay hopeful when all this stuff is happening. It's difficult. I wasn't making videos because I just frankly was not feeling like making them, and that alone was making me even more depressed, because I was like, why don't I want to make videos? I always want to make videos. Why is something wrong with me? Why don't I want to make videos? But then I realized the reason I don't want to make videos is because I don't need to right now. I've stuck myself in a mindset of I have to put out videos all the time. But it was more of I have to put out videos all the time so I can stay happy and feel like myself, because videos make me feel like me. And they make me feel productive and all that, and they make other people laugh, and that was the reason I forced myself to so much. And I think what this time off has really taught me is I'm trying to break free from that mindset so I can post videos whenever I want to and still be happy, even when I'm not making videos, or if I am making a video, I still want to be happy regardless. It's been hard to keep that in my mind with the Jimson thing, and also the fact that Kaylee is not living with us anymore, and the fact that she was supposed to be, moving with us. We told our realtor that my mom and dad told the realtor that we were going to have like another child living with us. That was literally, she was supposed to be here. It felt selfish of me to ask that of her to come back here, because it would feel like coming back to the memories and having to deal with that again. I didn't want to do that to her, but also I feel like I needed her and we needed each other. So it was like I was stuck in the situation of we need each other, but like I don't want to bring her back into this depressing place. Yeah, 2020, not been the best. The only good thing that's happened so far is that we're moving, which even right now, it's hard for me to say that that's a good thing, because it's really destroying me as a person, which sounds extreme to say, but it is, because if you guys don't know, I don't know if you don't, or how you wouldn't, because I talk about it all the time, I get the chance to. I have lived in this house my entire life. We moved in this house 2 months after I was born. I've known no other house. This is my home. Here come more tears. Oh god, this is going to be one of those videos, isn't it? And I think that's the hardest part about moving to me, is it's hard for me to imagine any other house feeling like home and being home to me when this is the only home I've ever known. So it's hard for me to imagine not being here and being somewhere else that does not feel like home. It would feel like I was staying at a hotel and just waiting to go back home, but I would never be going back home, and that scares me so much. And that's what scares me the most about moving, is that feeling. I hate the thought of feeling that. And I think the hardest part at looking at houses has been me trying to find one that makes me feel like I won't feel that way. I want to find a house that makes me feel safe and at home the way this one does, which will be difficult, because the only reason this house feels like that is because of all the memories that it has and all the stuff that's happened here, and that's the reason it feels that way. It's just a really difficult decision that we're all having to make we recently, very recently, started to go look at actual houses and go tour them. And that really set me off into the direction of depression about it. And I think I've never been this sad before in my life. Which is why I really need to make a video, because I really need to get all of this off my chest. And Clovers is coming, and that'll make me happy. And I wanted to be on YouTube again for that, and come back for that, because I love Lucky Clovers. You all know this. If you don't know, Lucky Clovers is on Animal Jam, a game I like to play a lot. And around March, Lucky Clovers comes, which is a little game on there, an adventure that comes only in March. Where you go around and you collect Lucky Clovers, and you get these rare things called spikes, and they're very rare to get, but, you know, you can get them really easy in Lucky Clovers. So yeah, the moving thing, we recently started looking at houses, because before when we were looking at houses, we were just looking online, and deciding, oh, we like the way this one looks, and being like, we should go tour that one sometime, and all that. But now, we literally, I think twice now, we've went to go look at houses, as a family. So, and then having to give our inputs and all that, and we've been looking, man. And I think that's what makes it so much more difficult, is knowing that it's actually happening and feeling that it's coming, you know. Knowing that it's coming is the worst thing, because I know it's coming, but I'm still waiting for it to happen, for us to find the house. I think, to me, it would be easier when we find the house. And I love, because so far the houses we found, I've not been that much in love with. I've liked them, but there's been some things that I've not liked a lot. Like, I want to have a pool in the house we have, and some of them don't allow pools, or something like that, or only allow in-ground pools, but we can't afford an in-ground pool. And I think I would be a lot more excited if I found a house that I really liked a lot, and could see us living there, and loved, and just really was excited to move there. And everybody else was too. I'm waiting for that house that makes all of us that excited, and not just me being the only one feeling all emotional and not wanting to move there, or not liking the house, because we almost put an offer on one. I think, actually, we almost put an offer on two, technically, but there was one that we were really close to putting an offer on that my mom still might do, but I wasn't a big fan of it, and it felt like everybody else wanted it, and I didn't want to be the one that kept us from getting it. So I started pushing my feelings down, but when we got home, I started crying a lot. I cried for like 2 hours straight. It's been a lot to deal with the house thing that's really making me very emotional, because I always knew that the day we moved from this house would be the hardest time I ever had to go through. I knew. It's like a little voice always told me, every time I ever thought about moving from this house, or every time my mom even mentioned moving, a little voice in my head always told me, you better be prepared, because that day will come. You need to be prepared, because that'll be one of the hardest challenges you'll have to face. Because I've known no other house, and I love this house so much, and all the memories. I've been having to deal with the fact that I don't just love this house. It's not the house that I love. It's the memories we've made here in this house, this neighborhood, this place that we live. Like, I know when we're almost home just by driving past a certain gas station. I see the gas station and I'm like, oh, we're almost home. Like, that's how well I know this area. I've grown up just getting to know this area and living here and making memories here. The memories made here are what I'm holding on to and not wanting to leave, if that makes sense. And it's not really the house itself, like, it's not these walls and all that. It's what the walls are keeping in. It's what the walls contain that I'm not wanting to let go of. But I'm not letting go of them, I know that. I know the memories never leave and all that crap. But it's still difficult, okay? My mom always tells me, you know, we're not leaving the memories, they're coming with us. And I'm like, but it hurts still. It's still difficult to let go, okay? Okay, hang on. Give me a minute to pull myself together again, because I'm getting to the blubbery cry stage where I can't talk. My nose is running. Why has it gotta be an emotional story to tell? Gosh. And then I gotta cry all over again at all of this when I'm editing it, so it's the worst situation. Man. Okay, I've pulled myself together some more. So yeah, the Jimson thing that happened, and then also while the Jimson thing was happening, I was already dealing with the moving thing, and now it's like I'm dealing with two grieving things at once. Like I'm grieving for two different things. I think this is the most depressed and sad I've ever been. And I will say that in full honesty on my channel, because you have to be able to admit sometimes when you're not in a good place. And I say this because I'm hopeful that I will be out of this place soon. But it doesn't make me not still scared to move, because my childhood memories and like my teen and childhood memories, my entire life, all of my memories I've ever made have been in this house. It plays through my mind like a movie. When I look at an area of my house, it plays through my mind like a movie. And like when I look in my living room, I just picture Dimensions, or all the New Year's that we've had there, or my birthdays, or playing Just Dance in the living room. Just anywhere I look, memories like that play in my mind, and I feel like it won't be that easy to play back those memories without this house. It's kind of like having a scrapbook, and how you open the scrapbook and you see the pictures and all that. It's like when I look at areas of this house, I'm looking at a picture, but like a movie that just plays right in front of my eyes. It's difficult to let go of that. To let go of the fact that this whole house is like a big time capsule. And I know that we'll make more memories in the new house too, and I'll be super attached to it as well, like I am with this one, because it'll be like my 20s in that house and all that, and beyond. But it doesn't make letting go of it's like I'm separating my childhood memories and my, like, adult memories into two different scrapbooks, basically. This house contains, like, my childhood to, like, my teen years, and then this new house will be, like, my 20s and up. And it's like I'm graduating houses. And I think right now, the only thing that I've wanted to do is make videos, just because I know that is something that I don't want to change, and hopefully will never change. And I felt like it would never change, and then, bam! COPPA and copyright strike. So then I just felt extremely lost and unmotivated to do anything. Every time I thought about making a video, I was like, but COPPA, I don't know what to do about that. That's changed for my channel. And then the copyright strike, I was like, well, I mean, my whole channel's in danger if this is the case, and then I didn't know what to do. I'm gonna make videos anyway, because I know that makes me happy, and I know that that's something that I want to follow me, even in the new house and after the new house. Everything after, like, I just know that's what I want to be in my future. That's the only thing I know right now that I'm sure of, that I want to follow me through my journey of life. I just want my whole life to be on display on YouTube. That's what I want. I'm not sure why I want that. I'm not sure what the purpose is yet. I'm sure there is one. I just haven't got to it yet. I'll know eventually. I just know in the new house I want to get a whole room that's soundproofed, dedicated to my, like, recording stuff, and it's nice to think about the stuff like that in the new house. Like, I'm going to have drums in the new house finally. I've always wanted to play drums. I literally own a pair of drumsticks, and I don't have drums. And that's how bad I want drums. And that makes me happy to know that I can get drums in the new house, because we'll have enough space for them for once. I'll be happy if my room is far away from my brother's room, because then if he's blasting music or talking or yelling at his game, I won't hear it like he's right next to me. It's like, I don't want to move, but when I'm like making a video and my brother's yelling at his game, I remember why I want to. And like when I'm trying to like sort my clothes in my room and I've got nowhere to put them, yeah. That has been my 2020 so far. COPPA, copyright, missing my friends, and everything's been changing, and missing my friend's dog because he passed away so much too soon. And we've been, about to move soon, and it's been a lot. And then all of a sudden, I saw a tweet that Clover armor came on Play Wild, and then I was like, oh my gosh, tomorrow's Thursday, so that probably means Lucky Clover's gonna come. Maybe. I think, because it did come on the 21st last year, because that was a Thursday. It came early, so I'm hoping that it comes tomorrow. And then I was like, but I'm not making videos anymore right now. I need to make the It Is Now 2020 video first, because it's my first video of 2020. So here I am, talking about everything that's happened, dreading having to edit this tomorrow and get it up, And then I'm gonna make a Lucky Clovers video about Lucky Clovers being here, hopefully, if it comes tomorrow. If not, I'll be very disappointed. Valentine's Day happened, and I got a freaking huge husky plushie that takes up so much room on my bed. It fits in my chair. It's that big. It's big enough to fit in my chair perfectly. I got that. And I got a Webkinz Clover puppy finally because Lucky Clovers was coming, and I wanted to have a Clover puppy, and I got one now, so that was nice. That was my Valentine's Day, for anyone who was wondering. I'm sure there's other things I'm forgetting to talk about that I could probably talk about another time. Future self just popping in here real quick while I'm thinking about it. I also forgot to mention that I missed Archie's birthday. Archie's birthday, his second birthday, was on January 31st, and I missed that, so happy late birthday, Archie boy. I love you. You're the cutest boy. And I've missed you because I've not really been paying attention that much to you because I've not been on my channel very much, but I miss you and I love you, Archie boy. And yeah, so carry on. I still do want to finish the 12 Days of Christmas. I just don't know if I ever get around to doing it. Maybe in July because Christmas in July. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it then. I don't know. I've wanted to finish it, but I've just been so unmotivated to draw lately for good reason, as you guys now know. I'm excited to make videos again, and finally make videos in 2020, finally. But again, I'm not going to post very much this year, probably, because of all the stuff that's been going on. Videos. That's on my agenda right now. I'm like, okay, enough of this moping and being all sad and depressed about everything. Let's get back to what you know you love to do, that you can do still. So let's do it. Let's make videos. Let's go. Let's do this thing. But as for 2020, now that I've talked about the stuff that's happened in it so far, I still see potential. I see potential in 2020. I am hopeful that it's going to do what it needs to do this year to make me more of the person I'm meant to be. It's going to be a stressful one, I will tell you that. I can already feel that it's going to be a stressful year. I can just tell how much work this year is going to be just by the beginning of it alone. But I see potential still. And I'm hopeful. It's hard to remain hopeful in times like this, but I'm trying my hardest. And I think me being hopeful and trying to be hopeful is why I'm making videos right now. Is why I'm back to making videos again, because I'm trying to be hopeful still. And I know the only way I really can remain hopeful is if I just tell myself I'm going to be hopeful. I see potential. This is the only way I know how to get through this stuff that I'm going through, is make a video, because that's what's helped me through most of my life so far. I mean, most of my teenage years, at least. I know it's already been difficult, but here's to a great 2020 and a great new house. A new start of our lives, even though we've ended some chapters that we didn't want to end, or things have happened that we really did not want to happen. I'm still hopeful that this year will be a good year, and I hope that God prepares me mentally and physically for it, and we get where we need to be so we can be happy. I'm speaking this on my life right now because I know that He's listening to me and that good things are going to come out of anything that's happened this year that's bad, or anything that will happen this year that's bad, because I know more things could happen and that they probably will. And I know He's going to do good even through the bad stuff, because even the bad stuff brings us closer to Him. And makes me pray more to Him and ask Him to help me. So even the bad stuff can be good. So I'm going to keep that in mind for this year. And I hope you guys, even if you're not Christians, even if you don't believe in any of this, I hope you guys have a good year too. And you remain hopeful and you see potential like I do. Even through all the bad stuff, I hope you see potential. And have faith that things will turn out okay. And yeah, that is my first video of 2020, guys. My goodness gracious. It has been 2 months almost that I've not been able to talk in a video without being too lazy or feeling like it was too much work. I don't know when this video is going to go up. I don't know when the Lucky Clovers video is going to go up either. I just know I'm going to try to get them up as soon as I can, and when I feel like it. So it might be after Kaylee leaves. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video, guys. I know it's been an emotional roller coaster, and I'm so sorry that I don't have more better things to say to help you if you're also having a really bad year so far. I just know that I want to be here to make you guys laugh if you are. Because that's really what's helped me through most of my year so far. It's just watching videos and laughing and enjoying watching videos. And I know making them makes me just as happy, but I've just been too lazy and unmotivated, so I just started watching a bunch of them and trying to make myself happy and think about good things and happy stuff as much as possible, and I want to be that for you guys too. I only talk about this stuff because, for one, it gets it off my chest, and two, I feel like I can talk to you guys, and three, I feel like you guys deserve to know what's going on in my life. I don't want to just seem like I'm always just being a happy person. Like, I don't want to seem like I'm a character always on my channel, just always being happy and all that. I want to feel like I'm a real person, because I am a real person. And I want to be a real person on my channel too. Even if it's not always sunshine and rainbows, I want to be a rock star, a super. I want to be real with you guys, basically. I want to be me. And part of being me is showing the ups and the downs. So, welcome to me. These are my downs. I can't wait to make some more videos because I've missed it so much. I've got work to do though. I've got to like work on, like Minecraft rig stuff and see if there's any rigs I've missed for Blender, because I've been slacking on my YouTube channel stuff lately. I was working on a Minecraft Bed Wars funny moments animation thing, and I just completely stopped doing that. So there's a lot of stuff I want to work on this year, but I don't know if I'm going to get around to it because of all the stuff that's going on, but I'm going to try to. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm Wild Wolf 60, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody. Oh my god, it felt so good to do that. I loved that, and gosh. Okay, sorry. Gah. It feels like I just lifted an anvil off of myself. Like, that's literally how I feel right now. I feel so energetic, but now I gotta go to sleep. You guys waiting for the end card? You missed the end card? Yeah, I missed it too. Oh, here comes the music. Any minute now. Oh, I missed that end card. Man, it's a good end card, isn't it? Yeah, it sure is. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm sorry. Here you go. You take the end card. Take it. I don't want it.